Alright guys, as you can see, the third bay is empty. That is because the Corvette is over at the dyno. And in the meantime, I promised you guys I was going to get back to the SS. Well, today's going to be one of those videos. And today's video is actually going to be a follow-up to a video that we did like probably 2 years ago. And that is in regards to the squeaky rear brakes. There has been an update from GM on how to fix this. The copper paste does work. It lasts maybe 6 to 8 months depending on how much you drive your car. Now, I don't drive my car that often, so it lasted a really long time, but I am starting to get that squeal back with the rear Brembos. So we fire up the car, back it out, show you the sound that it's making, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, let's see if this thing starts up. Now, this will truly be a cold start. It is like 40 something degrees outside, and you know, we had that battery issue, so let's see if this thing fires up. Well, that fired up without issue. Well, that's one good thing. At least the project from last week, getting the battery fixed up, that's still working. So let's go ahead and try to back the car out, and we'll try to show you if we hear that squeaking noise. All right, the beeping's gonna sound, but huh? It's not squeaking. All right, so unfortunately, it's not squeaking today, but that's all right. So we have had a squeaking problem, you know, just a couple weeks ago it was squeaking when I backed out of the garage. So couldn't replicate it for you guys today, but we will show you how to fix all of the, you know, the issues in the back with the Brembos. All right, guys, for today's fix on the SS and getting those brakes to quiet down, you're basically gonna need 3 things. One, you're gonna need a tub of copper anti-seize. This is the same stuff that we used last time. You're gonna need a set of Brembo shims. Now, these shims came on the, I believe, the 16 and 17 SS. They did not come on the 14 and 15. Well, it wouldn't come on the 14, but I don't think they implemented these changes until 2016 or 2017. And then with the Brembos, you're also going to need a set of rear hole punches. All right, guys, you can see that we got the rear wheel off. That's over here. The car is supported by a jack stand, and I still have the floor jack under there just in case you need a backup. So basically what we're going to do today is knock these pins out like we said. So we'll push these out that way. We'll remove the clip, take that out. We'll take the pads out. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take the pad out. We're going to grease the back of the pad. We're going to put the shim on the pad, and then we're going to put the pad back in the car. Now, I've read the Brembo instructions. They do not say to apply grease or the copper paste, in this case, to the shim itself. It says apply the grease only to the pad on the tops and the back, so that way when it's sliding, it doesn't make any noise. Then you put your shim on, and then you put it back in the car. So this shouldn't take too long, and it shouldn't be that bad of a repair. So let's go ahead and get this stuff torn apart. All right, guys, we have cleaned off the back of the pads. There was a bunch of grease and stuff on here. There's still a little bit on there, but you know, it's not a bigger deal because we're gonna be just greasing it back up again with the copper paste here. So let's go ahead and get these shims opened. All right, so as you can see, we have the copper paste on the back of both brake pads. But before we do install these, I did want to show you, this may look like an outline of a shim, but it is not actually a shim. It's actually part of the Hawk HPS pad itself. There was no separate shims that came with these brake pads when I ordered these from Hawk. So, but now we're ready to install the shims. So this is pretty much going to be the final product of how you're going to install these. You just simply slide the shim onto the back of the pad. There, you'll see these hooks right here. So simply slide the hole in first. So slide it like that and then press down. And the hook up front will hook. And these back tabs right here that you guys can see, those will also hook. So we should be good. Now, one last thing before you do install the pads, make sure you grease the top and bottom. So here and here, and that way you guys know that you're gonna have plenty of grease on the inside of the caliper on the top, because that might be another contributing factor of how these things make noise. All right, guys, you'll see that we got the driver's side caliper back together. You'll see that we got the clip back in. We got the 2 retaining pins. And then right here, I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see that, but you'll see the shim pad, the pin with the clip underneath it, and then again, the pad, shim, and then the other side of the brake caliper. So that's pretty much gonna be it for this shim install. You know, it's not too hard. Take your pads out, put the shim on, grease it up with copper paste, put it all back together, and you're done. Now I will say this, the one thing that I struggled with was actually the brake caliper piston was not in far enough on the outer edge to make up the difference for those two shims. What I'm saying is those pistons were actually too far out, and those shims, even though they're real small, you know, they were set for the last time the car was used with the stock pads with no shims. So you actually need to spread those pistons apart. And what I did was actually probably not the proper way, but it ended up working was I had already done the inner part and I didn't want to take all that back apart. So what I did was I grabbed one of my hole punches and I simply just slid it through the caliper and I pulled it toward me. And these pistons are not under any tension, the e-brake's not or anything. So there's no, there's no brake pressure building against it. And I simply moved it, not even a 1/16 of an inch. Like, they just got sucked back into the caliper, and that's pretty much it. So, but before you end up using that hole punch, actually, guys, you could actually use a screwdriver too. It really doesn't matter. You just need to find something kind of solid, something kind of metal that goes across both sides of that brake caliper piston, and you can pull on it from both ends, and that will pull it in. Now, before I try that, I actually tried to use the old trusty C-clamp here, but obviously the top of this clamp is way too big to fit between the rotor, the caliper, and the brake piston, caliper piston in there. So, I tried the old school way, and that obviously wasn't going to work. Now, I really didn't want to have to take the brake caliper off just to compress a couple pistons. That's kind of, it's like, yeah, that's not going to work. So, like I said, a little piece of metal, hole punch, whatever, tighten those in, and you'll be great. Now, word of warning, when you first get back in the car, make sure you pump the brakes a couple times because the pistons will not be against the pad, and when you compress the brake pedal, that will compress against the shim and then the pad, and you should be good to go. So to wrap this project up, we're going to put the driver's side rear tire back on, we'll move over to the passenger side, we'll do the passenger side, and then we will try to back the car out. Oh, and I should give you guys an update. I did actually drive this car around since I started this video. Obviously, I'm wearing a different shirt. It was making noise again. So, when I filmed the first part, I unfortunately wasn't making the noise. Just driving around town a little bit, yeah, the noise is back. So we just ended up finishing that shim install on the back brakes. Let's fire the car up. Let's see if it makes any noise. I hope we're good, and we'll go from there. So let's get this thing fired up. All right, let's try this back out. Sorry for the beeps. I'm not hearing anything. Let's pick up some speed. Now, I'm not hearing anything, guys, so I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good, guys. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for the SS update for today with the shim install on the back brakes and applying, obviously, that new copper paste layer. So hopefully we don't have any brake squealing for a while. Like I said earlier in the video, I think I personally got between like 6 to 8 months of squeak-free brakes with just that copper paste, but hopefully with the shims and that copper paste on top of that, I'm not thinking this will permanently fix the problem. I just think that it will greatly reduce it. That's kind of my hope. So we'll probably do another update on this in, say, 6 to 8 months. We'll just see how long this goes. And if I start healing the squeaks again, obviously we'll provide you guys with another video update and go from there. So that's actually going to be it for today's video. I'll make sure I provide you guys a link to the previous video. And I think I'm going to go back and edit that video and link it to this video. So that way they're interconnected. So if you guys want to see more SS content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also turn on your bell notifications. That way you guys will know when my videos upload. And if you guys like the video, give it a big thumbs up. If you want to help support the channel, I'll have a link to the paste, the shims, and all that stuff down below. And also check out our website, BonecrrusherSS.com. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.